How are you doing today, everyone? I hope everything is going well for you. I'm sure you've noticed that I post a video every week. Because writing and editing what I say in my videos now takes a long time. Because I don't have access to a computer, I edited all of my public videos using my smartphone. I'm also a college student with a lot on my plate. However, I believe that one video per week is sufficient. We'll discuss about appearances in today's video. And false beliefs, which I will attempt to explain as rationally as possible, but I will be realistic, in the most polite manner possible. I hope you will continue to listen to what I have to say, and if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel. When someone is surprised, I'm fat and healthy. I'm overjoyed that you're healthy, and I wish you well for the rest of your days. But it's unlikely that you'll stay healthy if you continue to maintain the weight you show in the video. The misstep leads to a slew of issues that we're all aware of now. When it comes to women, however, little is known about the symbiosis that the adipose tissue creates with the orbs, leading to an uncontrollable and painful menstrual cycle. Another issue with obesity is the accumulation of visceral fat, which leads to the collapse of key organs. A persistent state of inflammation is associated with an increase in weight. And, to better let's understand the concept, learn what inflammation and quiet inflammation mean. Inflammation, in its most natural form, is a defense mechanism in which our organism responds to external agents, viruses, bacteria, etc., or a chemical, physical harm by activating the immune system with the goal of eradicating the cause of tissue and cell damage. We're talking about a real-life case of inflammation. This condition is frequently linked to stressful and sedentary states. It is thus linked to a rise in fat mass, which, in turn, determines an increase in body fat. There is a real and distinct change in metabolism, and the tissue come into contact with oxygen deficiency, causing oxidative stress. This can last for years or decades and can lead to aortic hypertension, cardiovascular diseases such as atherosclerosis, infarctions, and ictus, diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, and the list could go on. All of this is to say that, contrary to popular belief, a person with a high fat mass has a higher chance of degrading their health than a person at a balanced weight. I'm not saying that if you're skinny, you can't get sick. However, there are fewer chances.
There are more fat old people than there are thin old people. 67% of people over the age of 75 are overweight or obese.
Several factors contribute to weight increase in the third decade of life. Lowering the baseline metabolism, for example. I need to start this debate by defining certain characteristics that will help us define metabolism in the end. Already after 50 years of age, muscular mass decreases by 1 to 2% per year. On average, 5 to 13% of persons in their 60s and 70s have lost a considerable amount of muscle mass. This figure rises to 11 to 50 after 80 years. As we become older, our body composition begins to change, and our physical activity decreases, resulting in changes in body composition. Because you've lost lean mass and don't have the energy to engage in physical exercise, your basal metabolism will slow down. Because they are getting full faster, older adults often have difficulty supplementing a suitable number and quality of nutrients to meet their demands. In such instances, it is suggested that small meals be prepared multiple times throughout the day. However, if these issues do not arise and you go to the opposite extreme, a loss of lean mass and physical activity will result in a loss of energy since the body will require less energy because it no longer needs it. As a result, according to the video's reference study, elderly individuals are significantly obese. Because they consume more calories than their bodies require. It's not a positive thing, and it shouldn't be held up as a model. Aside from the obese elderly, the majority of those who came to us with old age did not live their entire lives in this state.
Diseases that thin people often think of as fat diseases, like heart disease, are actually really about sedentary lifestyles, which obviously exist prevalently in both fat and thin people.
I lose patience every time I hear things like that. But, in order to set a good example, I'll remain calm and reiterate an idea that I'm sure everyone is familiar with. And I say that a lot in my videos as well. Sedentariness can be found in both thin and fat people, and it can also be a factor in the development of disease. Personally, I'm intrigued by this black and white vision. We begin by stating that even a healthy person who lives a perfect life can develop an illness. This is not to claim that he is immune to sickness, rather, his risk percentage is very low. sedentary behavior is simply one component that raises the risk, but if we add an accumulation of fat, particularly in the abdominal area, and therefore to an accumulation of cholesterol that prevents blood circulation, overweight people have more chances to get this fat diseases. As a result, it is not only a question of one component, but a combination of factors that enhance the risk of disease. When your own reflection surprises you. Unfortunately, I'm going to shatter hers perceptions of hers backside this time. That is no longer the case with shape. It's merely an accumulation of fat that connects your back and butt. It's not appealing, and you shouldn't be satisfied with a triangular shape simply because it's large. Now that I think about it, one of the privileges that skinny people have was being able to sit anywhere without worrying about the chairs in all the other videos, but then they think that being big is good and satisfying. You should start taking care of yourself if you enjoy and adore yourself. You must take care of your mind as well as your body with exercises and personal care. They are not unrealistic aspirations. They may be attained by taking modest measures at a time and remaining consistent.